What's up, guys? It's the Grenade Free Gaming Podcast number 22 with me, Michael, Knight,
the Double Deuce,
Spencer,
Yo.
McKinley,
What's up?
Dialga.
Why am I always picked last?
I'll pick you first next time if you really want to. And then we have...
God damn it was a joke.
A guest of the week. Well, we don't have one every week, but he's a guest this week. I can't even... I fucked up on his name. I don't even know what to call him.
Yazyar.
Roster of people this week.
Jafar.
But, so, first thing we're going to be talking about, Sony finally coming out and officially announcing that the PS3 cannot do cross-game chat with RAM.
Surprise.
It only took them 5 years. Thanks, Sony, you assholes.
And then we're going to be talking about some highlights at Gamescom. So, let's just start it off with the PS3 and the whole cross-game chat issue.
You should pass it to Dialga. Yeah, I can already feel him ready to blow up.
Oh, yeah. So, Dialga, what are your thoughts on this whole Sony not telling you until...
As I just pointed out, it only took them 5 years to finally tell us something that they could have easily said 5 years ago. This isn't some new thing, and I'm guessing a lot of people, a.k.a. people like Black Ant, already figured it out a long time ago. Sony was just being in the dark about it because they didn't want to piss their fans off. Either way, it's all because Sony was being cheap with their RAM by putting 2 separate pieces of RAM into the system, thus making it so that games did not even have enough room for cross-game chat, let alone the system itself, the XMB. So, yeah, fuck you, Sony. That's all I have to say.
I don't think it was a matter of pissing off the fans. I think it was a business decision. They knew from the get-go, but they couldn't say it because they had to compete with the Xbox. But now that this whole console thing is, we're starting to see, what might be coming over the horizon for both companies. Now they can safely say, we screwed up, but we already got you to buy it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying they could have told us a long time ago. I mean...
But they wouldn't, because then they would lose money.
And another thing is, doesn't the PlayStation Vita have more RAM?
Yeah.
So
the PlayStation Vita actually I think it has if I'm correct, 600 and something megabytes of RAM. Somewhere along those lines, like 620. I really don't know. But yeah, it's going to have a lot more RAM. It's going to have cross-game chat. And said cross-game chat on the Vita can be used through its internet connectivity with the PS3. It's going to be like having Skype, only you will actually have cross-game chat on the PlayStation Network. So, yeah.
Or you could just use, Skype.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, it's the same concept, obviously, but still. At least it means that Sony's... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's something like Nintendo 64 had that. They had a RAM extension. I don't know if you guys remember that. So
yeah.
I guess the PS3...
The expansion pack. I remember that, yeah.
But those things definitely went the way of the dinosaurs. I haven't seen that type of shit around for a while.
Yeah, so I guess the new Vita is like extension, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I don't think it's an extension of the PS3. I think it's just an extension of the brand. But I think, I personally, I'm angry not because, of the fact that they can't have it in there, because we're not really losing anything besides hope. But, the whole waiting 5 years things, it was an intelligent decision, to wait. Obviously, it would have been even more intelligent, maybe just not to say anything ever. But, to me, it's just personally, it's kind of a piss off. I see why they did it. But, yeah, waiting 5 years, it's kind of like a middle finger.
I'm guessing the reason why they're finally coming out and saying it is because, like we just mentioned a little while ago, is the Vita. The Vita will actually have cross-game chat, and I'm guessing it's kind of like saying, hey, your PS3 will never be able to do cross-game chat. I guess in a way they're kind of beginning to promote the Vita in that sense, because they already said, like if you read the original article, I guess it was like an interview with CBG. They said at the very end of the interview that the Vita will have much better chat functionality than the PlayStation 3. So it's I guess it's like the beginning of marketing that. At this point, the PS3, it's kind of pointless for it to even have cross-game chat. If we really needed it, or If they ever wanted to integrate it, they would have done that back when they released the Slim. They would have upped the RAM then, which would have made sense, but of course they didn't. Thank you, Sony.
I think, personally, in my opinion, I think cross-game chat is an important issue. I think it should be, ever since they had it, with Xbox Live, I think it's definitely been the highlight of my Xbox experience, personally. And I'm hoping they have it on the PlayStation 4. I mean,
it's not that important, man.
Dude, you don't think it is?
It really is. You don't think it is.
You don't know it until...
Spencer, I'm not disagreeing with you. I know that cross-game chat is a very good feature. I mean, obviously, pretty much all of the PlayStation Network's competitors, a.k.a. Steam and Xbox Live, have it. Just they don't.
But but
it's a very good feature. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, this close... I mean, with the PS3 is most likely we're going to see the successor to the PS3 at E3 of next year, Gamescom or Tokyo Game Show at the latest. I mean, I think at this point in time with the Vita coming out, it just doesn't seem worth it anymore. Is what I'm getting at.
Dude, I know people that I don't think it's going to be as soon as next year. I think they're going to talk about it next year, but I don't think it's going to be coming out anytime soon next year. But I first of all, I know people sitting on the fence about buying a PS3, and they're pissed off. Like, they're going to buy it if it had cross game chat, and now they were kind of skeptical, and now they might not buy it. Also, I've gone on Xbox Live before, just to talk to people, as opposed to my PlayStation 3. I get on to play games. Yes, I get on Xbox to play games as well, but I've never gone on Xbox to say, hey, maybe I can get in a chat room with these guys. I do that with cross game chat all the time with my Xbox. So it really, honestly, until you actually have experienced it, you can't really understand how...
Well, I have experienced it. I've had 2 Xboxes in the past. I know exactly that's a good feature.
Yeah,
it's very useful, especially happen. Oh, okay.
But night.
I mean, and it depends on... It depends on what kind of gamer you are as well. I mean, how important this feature is. Like, because me and Spencer were playing Gears of War 2 for like a year and a half. What? Oh, don't do that. It was me, it was us and 2 other guys. And so if you're a social player, then you're going to want party chat. And I mean, I think it's more if you've had an Xbox and then I bought a PlayStation. And so it's losing the cross-game chat. But I mean, if you're not a social gamer, if you're playing a lot of RPGs, maybe just by yourself, you don't have any friends, whatever.
It's not that. Okay, like... I used Ventrilo a long time before either one of these consoles came out, and I don't understand why you say people are on the fence and they're going to go the way of an Xbox instead of PlayStation 3 because it doesn't have cross-game chat. I would rather take the minor inconvenience of not having cross-game chat as the major inconvenience of using 37 discs to run LA Noire. Okay.
No, but they already have an Xbox 360.
You can use Skype for free.
Not everyone has a computer near.
Okay, Jesus, you don't have to defend Skype's honor.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
No, we're not saying that, and I do. Nobody's going to. That's the major decision.
I gave up this shit 2 years ago, dude. They're not going to give it to you.
I'm seeing. Oh, sorry. Well, I'm seeing what Night Edric is saying. It's inconvenient that we don't have cross-game chat, but that should not be something that is the deciding factor whether you buy a console or not. That's just stupid. No. You buy a game console for what games? You're going to buy the one that has the games you like to play or the games that look appealing to you.
It's gotten so far from that, man.
It's just a very it's a bold statement. I think you'll buy the game console for whatever reasons you want. So, I mean, for some people that might be a big deal. I don't think it's going to be a lot, but that is one of the things that's it's like, a perk or whatever when you buy one, get one free at the supermarket. Whatever you're doing. It's just one of those little things that does give, a company a slight edge. And I mean, if you have enough of those little things, like, not getting your system hacked and your stuff stolen, it can matter. But I mean, it's a little thing, but it's nice to have it there. But I don't think that's, for most people, I don't think that's going to be the deal breaker.
Well, what I think is, like, if people don't have enough money to blow on a PSP and an Xbox, the majority of the people decide on what their friends are playing. And majority of people... well, on what console, right? Like, some people are playing Xbox, and they want to talk to their friends, so obviously they're going to lean towards the Xbox. Yep. But now Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm thinking of just like Call of Duty, like the Alga decided to bring up. Just when you want to play it on the PS3, or you got to migrate all your friends over. Hey, let's all get the PS3 version. But it's kind of hard to do that when everyone's kind of already connected on the Xbox 360, and you have your regulars you talk to every time you get on. Whereas opposed to you'll add a friend on PlayStation, they'll be playing a different game, and you'll never even talk to them ever again.
Yeah,
but on Xbox, I mean, I have tons of friends on my PS3 friends list who I'm probably never going to play a game with them, at least till maybe Uncharted or whatever.
I have no one on my PlayStation friends list. I have you, I have Vet, I have Brandon, and I have Warmuff and Crossfire. That's it. I've met G-Bates, I've played with you, Knight, but it's what's the point of the mic? Like, I'm not using it because I can't, I don't want to have to be in a game with you guys if I'm going to play Red Dead and you're playing Uncharted.
My point being, okay, if the majority of the people, play fucking some first-person shooter type game, right? Okay. I choose not to. So, why the fuck would I want to be in a room with 5 other people who's playing Modern Warfare 2 if I'm not going to be on that game? Like,
right?
Well, it's going to do nothing. Listen. Okay. If that's all the kind of game that you're going to play, and I'm going to be playing something completely different to where I have to concentrate, why the fuck do I want to listen to 5 guys who are probably going to ignore me anyway and just talk about Modern Warfare?
It's like that, but it depends on what you're playing. And it's not like I don't play. I don't get in the party when I'm like actually sitting down and paying attention. Like with Mass Effect 2, I wasn't in a party. But I mean, with a game that's as big as Skyrim, that's what I was sort of wishing I could do, is just me and one other person playing the game. Or just any big game. What you're doing is important. Hey, I found this over here. Go check it out. Oh, I see it. And I've done that, with like Fable 2 a while ago.
Yeah.
So
it pretty much kills immersion. And the games that I play, immersion is a huge factor.
Yeah, so then it doesn't really matter to you.
What were you saying, Yazir?
Going back to Knight's point, I totally agree with you. When you're playing a single-person RPG, you want to be immersed in the environment and the story. But tell me, how many times have you gone back to that game, just want to, like, trophy farming, and you wish you had someone to talk to?
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
So it's just like a nice feature that'd be there for the
pretty much
for the
after
game.
the story's said and done, and you're mopping up, you're bored as shit, but.
Exactly. For those types of situations, cross-game chat would be amazing.
I'd say don't buy an Xbox and just buy a notebook or a PC or a laptop, and then you can use Skype for free.
Dude, I'm telling you,
that makes sense. Buy a $300.
Yeah, and then your worthless ass who doesn't have a fucking computer will actually have a computer now. See?
No,
it's not just buying a computer for Skype. It's buying a computer to have a computer
down there. It's tedious enough to take this laptop down to the basement.
Okay, Nyax, let me just throw this out there. A 4th gen iPod Touch costs $200 at retail right now. That comes with the camera and the microphone built in. You can download Skype for free on that. One, that's obviously cheaper than a $300 Xbox. Plus, the Skype app is free and you're not having to pay $60 a year for Xbox Live to use your cross-game chat. Right. It's already a money saver right there. Not to mention, you'll probably get a lot more use out of that iPod than you will a shitbox, seeing as it has no games.
Dude, okay, you're being an idiot. All right, I don't know if you know this, but there are fucking millions of people that only have Xbox 360s and are playing their fucking console every single day. So it's not like it doesn't matter what game they're playing as long as they're on their Xbox. And so this is the argument you guys are making. It's like I go to the fucking store and I see a deal, buy one shirt, get one free. Okay, and you guys are saying, hey, who cares about that other shirt? You could just go and make one yourself, and then be perfectly happy. No, you want that, you don't want to have to go through the trouble of fucking buying an iPhone and getting the Skype app and fucking finding a fucking plan. I mean, it's the stupidest thing. I can't believe you're suggesting you go buy an iPhone.
I don't know why you guys are... an iPod Touch, a 4G iPod Touch. I got Skype on my iPod in 5 minutes.
Yes,
actually less than 5 minutes.
A long time ago. People have different reasons for doing different things.
Yeah, but I'm just saying...
You're trying to convince us that your way of doing it with the iPod is so much better.
I'm not convincing that my way is better than anything.
Well, this is
You know
called
what?
debate.
I changed my point.
I'm just putting a scenario out there. If you
Never
really
mind. Forget I said anything.
No,
You guys have actually made a point to where you've changed my opinion. You know what? Don't buy a PC. I don't want more retards on the internet. Just go on and do what you're going to do, and bitch and whine about cross game chat, and don't buy a PC.
All right. The point here is not cross game chat. The point is like if they didn't include it, if they didn't include this, what are they not going to include in the next gen console? For example, like what Dal was saying, if you can just buy something off Skype or whatever for okay, I don't know what I'm saying, but what my point is, then why even have like Blu-ray and PS3? You can just buy that separately. Why have that's the point.
Yeah,
like it should already be in there.
It all comes down to a bunch of dudes in a boardroom, and they're gonna get some stuff right. PlayStation hit it. Sony hit it on the head with, hey, let's do Blu-rays, and we don't have to have L.A. Noire on 30 discs. But they missed the screenshot.
That was the deciding factor, by the way, behind let's go with Blu-ray.
Nice.
So we don't have to put L.A. Noire on 30 discs. What?
Yeah, I didn't
That's what
think
you
it came
said.
out with
You said you recommended retards don't buy a PC. How would they be listening without a PC?
Exactly. That's my point. Yeah.
Clarify that.
I didn't say that.
Like, I can say what Amish people, they're never going to know about it.
Because they're not going to, exactly.
Right. You know what? Asshole retards, sell your PCs. Sell it and buy a big pile of meth and fucking snort that and go die in a ditch.
He actually doesn't recommend that at
Doesn't
all.
hurt the lights. They're pulsing behind your eyes.
What?
Does your head hurt right now?
No. Actually, no. Doesn't.
Mike, what are your thoughts on the fucking, lack of cross game chat?
Well, see, I have a laptop, a PS3, and an Xbox, so I can pretty much be like talking to anyone on any system. I just use, if I'm playing the PS3, I most likely use Skype for cross game chat, and then on the 360, I use cross game chat.
But okay, do you find cross game chats handy when you get on the Xbox 360 instead of having to fucking boot up a laptop?
Yeah, depending on what you're doing. Like if I get an invite while I'm playing, like McKinley said earlier, like Mass Effect 2, I'll just use that as an example. I'll probably sign out so no one can invite me and bother me while I'm focusing on the game. If it's a single player. But I don't really think it matters anymore for the PS3. I mean, because
of the lifespan?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to throw this out there. If a 512 megabyte or, a little handheld with 512 megabytes of RAM can do cross-game chat, the 8 gigabyte of RAM PS4 will be able to do it just fine. So we might as well just forget about it at this point. Sony already told us we don't have it. Let's move on with our lives, please.
I forgot about it like 2.5 years ago.
Oh, what were you going to say, Knight? You can finish it.
I said I forgot about it 2.5 years ago. I evolved. Because I knew that, they were never going to give it to it.
Alright, next topic is, the highlights at Gamescom. I hope I pronounced that right. The first one we should probably talk about, it was pretty big. Well, I thought it was pretty big. I mean, I'm a fan. But it did win Game of Show there. It was Battlefield 3, and they showed off co-op on the PS3, which I don't think there's no official videos. Like I saw some it looked like off-camera footage some guy recorded on YouTube, but it looked pretty good. And they also showed off the 64-player PC footage trailer, which showing off the jets and everything, which also looked very interesting. Intense.
Do you get Battlefield for, the co-op stuff, or is it just player with you?
Well, what beginning of 1942 was back then.
But I think they were slow as shit. I mean, it was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like flying hummingbirds or something, but I mean, they were definitely not flying as fast as a genuine jet would, but I'm sure there's good reason for that.
Another thing I should just point out real quick, I guess, since Gamescom was running all day, over 20% high-end PCs fried at the Battlefield 3 booth during Gamescom.
Holy hell, okay.
You can ask for better...
Non-stop playing.
For better advertising than that.
Well,
it's the best advertisement you could put out.
It's so awesome it breaks your computer.
Yeah, this shit is so awesome it will melt your fucking processor, you know?
Let's wait and see what it does to Xboxes. Zing.
Yes, but can it play Crysis? You know? Bastards.
I don't know. Is that really a big deal? If they see that, they're obviously going to work on the fact that that's a fucking problem. It's obviously overheating. You know, they got a million wires plugged into the fucking computers and shit. So I mean,
and even more so than the computers actually running the game overheating. The main problem was probably all those fat, sweaty nerds. Those
I don't think it was really a hardware problem. It was like warm up.
Yeah, it was probably just on all day.
These things were running all day, and you're talking about running probably the best of what's going to be the best looking game of all time. So, to be fair,
all you can say is so far, because I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, okay, obviously, but what was Crysis back in 2007? It was the best looking game of all time. I mean, it's obviously something like that's bound to change.
Yeah, but I don't think they're really, like, Crysis was, like, targeting for, like, future computers. Like I'm sure some people all the way.
The statistic was, like, when Crysis 1, it was, like, less than 10 on it at things. If you're going to actually, for now, it does look amazing.
And is anyone, just to want to talk about, Battlefield 3, which isn't often, mind you, is anyone lukewarm about it? Because I am, but I can't find anybody who's not.
I think they feed us the same shit every year, and we still buy it, so I'm not that excited.
And I think what the problem is you've got, and we saw this definitely with the E3 with the tanks, that it didn't have the same flair as the Modern Warfare 3 E3.
Right, well, I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, we had salty. And what I'm saying is, no,
man,
it's
fucking Madden for jarheads. It's the same
and
shit
what
they
I'm
said
saying,
you last year.
Yeah. And they are marketing it as Call of Duty's smarter, more sophisticated, more subtle cousin. And I would love that. I was talking really real tactical gameplay where you actually have to sit and maybe think for 15 minutes about moves, about placement of 64 guys, where you actually have to coordinate this. But I think we're at a place with the technology where it's just too fallible, where you can't actually have something like that, where it's not being exploited, where there's not some place where some guy can go up in a bell tower and just own everybody else. Right. And so, I mean, the main thing is, can they on this promise of smart? And
all right, one more for other.
I don't know about tons, but there's quite a few. Here's another one. Actually, game. That's what like animals, just so I'm trying to eat you with machetes.
They should. It should be ours to care.
It's still news though, because a lot of people are thinking it was dead. Now
it's like, can't wait for Far Cry to hit the store. Oh wait, no.
When they looked at the thing, I mean, is it gonna be like 6 years or Gran Turismo since like the dawn of man? I think you're just age out of yourself.
Well, if you guys didn't like, there was a Lollipop Chainsaw,
Suda.
Yeah. Suda 51, I guess.
Yeah.
If the game is as fast paced as the trailer looked, then it might actually be pretty awesome.
Am I the only one who's looking at it though, and is like, didn't we just see Sucker Punch? And this is exactly like the movie Sucker Punch. It
not really.
But it looks fucking just gory and action oriented, and you're gonna see it or play it, and it's gonna suck. That's just my
Sucker Punch
guess.
Not at all.
What?
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't pay for a Sucker Punch video game, you lying prick.
No, not a video game. I said the movie. It looked all action.
I know. I'm just saying.
If Sucker Punch had been a video game, it would have gotten rave reviews.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a pretentious type of game. You're like, oh, it's so action driven. It's a collage of everything we love in video games, zombies and blood and chainsaw. But it looks like fucking junk in my opinion.
It's
it probably is junk.
Well, I mean, hopefully if it brings back some of that humor that Shadows of the Damned did, that should be interesting.
Did you play
Big
Shadows
Boner? Were you 8?
Well, it entertains you through the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I do like it when games don't take themselves seriously.
I did play
when there is
Shadows
that sort of
at a friend's house. I think that was about it.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, that Shadows of the Damned shit wore off pretty quickly. I mean, when they make a whole level and the only thing the main character says is, taste my big boner, yeah. Fuck that game, dude. I sat through that whole damn thing for platinum. And, it's a good game, don't get me wrong, but like after you're done with it, you're so fucking done. You'll never play that game again, ever.
All right, Mike. What else?
What else? Well,
what about Diablo 3?
Oh yeah, I guess Blizzard's even okay for that.
Okay, Dialga, you're not excited.
Dialga's done. Yeah, he's done.
Are you not excited for Diablo 3?
No. It was my apologies. It wasn't that. Something else. But Diablo 3, I don't even know what the hell Diablo is. Shame on me, huh? But yeah.
Really?
Instead of sighing next time like that, why don't you just say RPGs are for faggots?
RPGs are for faggots. Okay,
That's exactly what that sounded like. It's like, well, they're talking about the fag hour now. I'm gonna go on and like load my gun.
That had nothing to do with that.
Dude,
though.
Diablo's fucking legendary in the video
at
game
the same
industry.
time. Sorry, I got fucking murked. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know.
What's your opinion on Diablo 3?
I think they money actually makes money. They can play the auction house and make money.
How is Activision? Oh wait.
I'm not being derogatory. I'm just saying, you know, like you can actually go farm really awesome weapons and then sell them for like $1.40.
Right.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, that's what I was wondering about. Is it going to be? Because first of all, I don't want to bust anybody's bubble. It's imaginary. Let's establish that first
Well,
off.
I can already tell you how that's going to
Welcome to the world of
No,
Warcraft.
but if you spend
anything a player can find and sell is going to be worth about $1. Anything that they sell to you is going to be worth about $400.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If you spend 30 hours finding this weapon, are people going to respect that was 30 hours? Like if I worked 30 hours a week, and that's the how much
what happens? Some asshole will, for
little black market deals of I'll trade you the weapon for real.
I feel like you go 10,000 gold, and we're talking about a game that runs on bronze, silver, and gold. So that's quite a bit of power for $3.
Right.
So yeah, it's really not. It's not a relative.
So you guys want to know another thing that was kind of announced there? I guess there's this Burnout Crash, which was
God, please don't bring that up.
God, Burnout Crash? What?
Yeah.
Please. Is that it? That you're just gonna say Burnout Crash?
Well, I was gonna continue, but then everyone was like, "Holy shit, you're bringing up that game?"
Is that for PS3 or
it's a fucking PlayStation Network game. It's a top-down. Well, okay,
it's racing. You
whatever. It's a top-down game where you're driving from a bird's eye view and you're just crashing into shit. Are you kidding me?
If you remember,
sounds fun to me.
If you remember Burnout 3, okay, they had their crash mode. And you would basically just activate explosives on the road, blow up your car, and kind of rack. That was the favorite of. Everyone loved this mode, or 99%. But okay, yeah, I loved it too. And make a game out of it. But what came on is granted that honestly, make a game out of it is just it looks at the gameplay. Should know not to buy it.
Yeah, I sort of wish for stuff like this, like that people would just go from being like 5 years old to 18, or to be safe 20, because this is what happens when there's a bunch of people in that
mentally that's exactly what just happened. I mean,
that 6 to 12 range who have essentially wield in their tiny little hand, they wield a huge share of every market with that, mommy, I want this. And that's what we're seeing with Burnout Crash. They're like, hey, let's get those kids to play our games, because those kids make a lot of money for the company. So it's just unfortunate when we see something that I grew up with. I love Burnout, and we see them just go in a completely different direction, a direction that they must have known the gamers wouldn't like, all because they saw some green over here, so swerve, let's go. Yeah, the kids don't even appreciate it. I mean, I hate how they market Star Wars to kids. They don't know who shot first, and they don't care. It's
they're missing their entire demographic by marketing Star Wars to kids. It's more like the fat 45-year-old people.
I mean, they've got the Justin Biebers in the Facebook. Keep your hands off my games.
All right, next up, Warm-Off.
Oh, another one. All right, here's another. Looks to be an arcade type game. Awesome Knots. Awesome Knots. You want to look at that? It looks like a side scroller.
Another side scroller.
I'm googling all this stuff as you.
Awesome Knots. I don't know. It looks like a side scroller. It could be co-op.
Knots, as in like
N-A-U-T-S.
Sounds like to me I'm going to get a Boy Scout badge for finishing this game.
Well, if I've been fucking
awesome knots.
I don't know.
The different ways to tie knots. What the fuck is this game about?
It looks like a side-scroller.
Yeah, it's
I've never heard
actually,
of this shit in my life.
you actually play as the scout leader, and you got to tie up the little boys and swing them over to you.
Only you would think about that.
What?
No one else has heard about it. Like, it's always the scout leaders. It's scout leaders and Michael Jackson and the priests.
Do you have a negative experience you want to tell us about?
Yeah.
Maybe, but after the podcast.
Or we could move on to the next.
Go ahead, Warmo.
I guess they were showing. Oh, well, this is a cool little thing. I guess there was like 62,000 people at this year's Gamescom, and it was like packed.
Huh.
Yeah.
No room to breathe, I guess. I don't know. Oh, alright, well, I'll just pull another one. I don't think this was Gamescom, but there is a list.
62.
Oh.
Sorry, but with 62,000 people, I mean,
Jesus
the
Christ.
stench,
They were,
if it must, you
Yeah.
can probably see the fucking smell.
the stench of 62,000
It would
Primatine
just
mist
be like the
inhalers.
stinky kid from Charlie Brown, just like rising.
And then,
His name was Pigpen, by the way. Yeah. Today we call him Dialga Marine.
And you're making fun of me for my Avengers.
I don't know if any of you guys care, but I guess a trophy list for Resistance 3 was released or leaked.
Yeah. Not a very good trophy list. Too fucking easy, it looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't have a problem.
It's another Killzone 3.
Is there spoilers in it or something? Because I'm wondering if I should read those off real quick.
Don't.
No spoiler. I don't think so. There probably were, but I wouldn't read them off
Wait,
either
spoilers
way, in
for
all
what?
honesty.
Killzone?
Okay.
No, it has the resistance.
We can post it on the site.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
we
do
know
that.
sometimes the
Wait, spoilers for Resistance 3?
Well, no, it's like, you know how sometimes they're like when you see a trophy, it'll say, "Hey, yeah, survive this level or whatever to get this trophy." Like stuff like that's okay, but then sometimes you'll read one say, kill whoever and get this trophy. Like, oh, thanks, I didn't know.
Put a bullet in Fidel Castro's skull.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, okay, I never knew that. I had to kill
They'll
him.
get you for that.
I mean,
Well-
sometimes trophy lists are kind of spoiled.
Speaking of spoilers for Resistance 3, I guess, didn't a guy get the whole game early?
Yeah.
I actually just found,
I don't know.
He never said how he got it early. I mean, he probably did at some point, but I don't know how he did. That article that, what was it, M4G was reporting on, he didn't admit it.
Well, technically it wasn't M4G, it was,
It was a
Is it
series of
confirmed that he got
bribes and blowjobs that got it for him for free. Basically.
Whatever. Not for free, he just got it early.
Oh,
Probably-
I'll tell you right now, if he wants a bunch of fans on fucking YouTube or whatever, if he puts that whole fucking walkthrough on there, I guarantee, he's gonna shoot up.
they will yank that so fast.
yeah, Mac and Sony would take it off in a heartbeat.
I actually just found Deus Ex Human Revolution on the internet.
Yeah.
Another thing, real quick. This is probably more for Knight, but I guess there was a blimp of Skyrim at Gamescom floating around.
Why is that solely for me? Like, people, I'm the only person keeping this multi-billion-dollar franchise afloat. Yeah, just
Well,
me
no,
alone.
You're the biggest fan here.
I'm going to buy 700 million copies of this game, by the way, just letting you guys know.
Well, I
Yeah,
think you
of
should
course
know
I'm the
because
biggest
you're
fan
the
of this
biggest
game
fan here,
because
and I directed it towards you.
it takes brain power to play a game like that.
Oh, don't condescend to us.
I can condescend all fucking day to you, Call of
Yeah, I
Duty.
guess you are at that age. Yeah.
American News Day.
Oh, God.
I guess they already announced this, but microtransactions in Dust 514.
Oh, that's going to be a good game.
All right, well, Knight, you know what
Yeah.
to do.
Alrighty then. I guess I'll see. We'll see you next week.